This is how to clean your cast iron with ramen noodles. I gotta be clear here, this is only going to work in a certain set of situations, so you gotta make sure that you're using a 10-inch cast iron pan with some hot dogs that you've slightly burnt, and you have to make sure to use #1 noodles, because these have traditional quality. And you have to make sure that all your mise is en place. So you got your noodles. Oh, I'm just gonna eat that. And then you got your broth. Oh, and the other thing is you have to make sure you use this kind of wiener. Otherwise, I can't guarantee your results. And it's best if these are at least 1 year out of date. You can see this is about a year and a half out of date, so yeah, good. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna pull the hot dogs out of the pan, because otherwise you can't clean it. See, you got all this like stuff on the bottom, so before it gets burnt on, because the cast iron holds its heat real well, you gotta pour. Oh, back at top. Oh, gee, that was very steamy. So, okay, and then you have to turn the heat up so it'll boil. And one thing with doing this cast iron for your ramen is that it's more open than a regular saucepan, so you need to put more water than you would normally. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, I see, it doesn't even submerge. I see. So we're probably gonna have to flip these noodles. Start by wiping up the mess. Clean. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to use the noodles to just kind of scour the bottom of the pan. And we're hoping that we're not imbuing some starch on the bottom of this here pan. And just going to see how this goes. Oh, don't drop your brick of noodles, because it'll splash. It'll make a mess. So I'm just going to keep kind of moving this around. And the other thing that's important is you need to make sure that you've got one of these pans that's got these pouring spouts, because otherwise, how are you going to pour the noodle soup out? It's just not going to work. You need to have them things in there. Now, one of the most important things to remember about cast iron when you're cooking with it is that it gets hot, like all of it, because the handles are hot too, so you got to make sure to not touch them. In some cases, you forget that and then you burn your hand. It happens. Seen it. Keep on stirring. Keep it going. Now, I don't know how you like your noodles done, but I don't like them overdone, so I might be calling it soon. I'll just cook them a little longer. It's steamy. You can see that it's steaming. This is partly because it's a cast iron and it's made out of, because when it was made it was hot, because they had to melt it and then they cast it, and so that's why cast iron is really good at holding on to heat, because it's just made of hot. Now, of course, it can cool down, but cast iron is best used when it's hot. When it's cold, can't really use it for much. I mean, you can use it as a weight, like to keep stuff in where it's supposed to be. So you could use this. You could use this to, if your Christmas tree is flimsy, you could use it to keep your Christmas tree upright. Just kind of put it as a weight at the bottom, but yeah, it doesn't always work. I'm gonna call that done. I hope that's done. And, you just pour out all that, and then so you'll notice that the broth is just, it's kind of, it looks not very good, and that's because it soaked up all the hot dog flavor. So just because it doesn't look good doesn't mean that it's not good. And like now you look at the pan and it's more or less clean. Like all we gotta do is take a little bit of this. You just put it in there. Now, what I'm putting in the pan right now is stuff that'll make it clean. So, I'm not really sure if we've cleaned this very well because it's still black. You know, I've always had these cast iron pans and I don't know how to get this black off of it because, I mean, if you've ever seen iron, it's kind of a gray, right? So, there it is. As clean as it's gonna get. Still black, so I don't really know what to do.